Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past randomizer tournament. I am James FNX, and I'm joined by Norse Maddie. And Maddie, today we got the final match of this best of three series between ninjembro and BigDunka.
Yeah, hello, James. This is exciting. Each of them won one of the first two games, so we need a third game to settle it for good.
Yep. Game one was in Veroja. Ninjembro got the win in that one. Game two ended up being Fad Keys, Friendly or Foe All Dungeons Keys. BigDunka got the win there. So we're here in game three, and our tournament bot has rolled the hard mode item pool setting for this race, open mode with a hard item pool. A little different than what you would see on like a ladder mystery. You get a lot more pieces of heart in this mode. We've taken out we've taken out a whole bunch of heart containers. We've got a whole bunch of pieces of heart. Bow and silvers are separate. That's the other big consideration. And there's no half magic.
Nope, and there's only one bottle. There are 4 placed, I believe, but you only get one.
Yeah. Capped at Tempered Sword, Fighter Shield. I think Blue Mail is available on this pool, but I'm not positive. Saw a 5/6 Crystal at Hera.
Yeah. Blue Mail is not available in this
Okay.
particular. It could be difficult. There's a lot of different hard modes, but in this particular one, it's just green mail.
Yeah, between this and the SG Live settings that have happened for a couple of years now, and then what the default hard mode is, there's 3 different hard item pools out there. Bombs in the tier 1 tree drop, tree pole pack. Both the runners going to grab those.
Yeah, I love to see that. Nice. Don't have to worry about bombs when I get that sort of tree pull going on.
BigDunka going to take a little time out here and check out Lumberjack Ledge. Kind of a defensive play at the start. One of these races, you don't have boots to start out with. It's going to take a lot to get there, and it's only a heart container on Lumberjack Ledge today.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best times to do it right at the beginning if you're going up in the Lost Woods. And, puts it out of mind. You're not going to have to come back and think about it later, perhaps, when you get boots and all the goodies for doing Aghanim.
And in general, we're going to take these bombs and go into the escape sequence. We got a glove in Lost Woods for BigDunka.
I'm a big fan of what ninjembro is doing when you Uncle Start the way that he did, and you get a weapon, even just bombs, available. Just go ahead and do the front of escape since you're there.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable with your bomb escape, and with standard boots in the pool, you should feel comfortable with your bomb escape if you're this far in the tournament. Also, ninjembro picked up a bow from Uncle, so we'll see when Dunka gets to go that. But no arrows naturally in this escape. You're just going to be running with these bombs here.
Yeah, a little unfortunate to have the bow but not be able to use it, because the arrows do make short work of these guards, and even though you can handle the bomb escape, it's a little slower doing it this way.
Ninjembro, we're really well practiced with these bomb strats.
Yeah, and a nice mirror in there too. If ninjembro would like to do Dark Cross, he doesn't need to go about doing his depth warp. He can just go ahead and mirror and start walking back there if he chose.
I would be surprised if ninjembro does a Dark Cross play here. Use these pots to kill ball and chain guard. Now, Dunka found a sword. Not much else out of Ether Medallion, not much else so far out of Kakariko.
He did get
and the
mitts out of the bombable wall there in the well.
So this is actually good. This is going to play out really well for ninjembro. Already having done the front of escape, we'll get to do the back very quickly with both these gloves, and then we'll either know if Dark Cross has a small key or not at that point. And having that mirror out of the boomerang chest, Dunka may not get there for quite a while.
Yeah, it really depends on how quickly Dunka wants to do it, having not done Uncle yet either. And if that Moon Pearl shows up here pretty quickly, that could be something that gets put off for a bit.
Yeah, indeed.
Especially since once you get to Dark World, one of the common ways to try to deal with escape is to pair it with like Pyramid Ledge or something when you get the mirror. But with the mirror being in there, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's never going to work out for Dunka, unfortunately. Bottle in the back of Tavern, so Dunka's going to just do the old Grandpa Simpson, turn right around and hop into Sick Kid and see what he's got for us.
Yeah, nice vanilla bottle. Yeah, he's got heart piece. There's gonna be a lot of those. Like a lot of things are gonna have heart pieces.
There are 48 of them in the pool today. Looks like Bombos medallion on the library ledge.
Yeah, that might be something that we need later. Way too soon to tell, but it could either open up a dungeon or be our access into Ice Palace.
Yeah, real two-way player there. And Jimbo gonna run around, grab all the stuff Dunka's grabbed. Dunka getting his maze race item with Moon Pearl on it. So that's a very early Pearl and Mitts. Do you just turn right around and go to the Dark World, or you stick around and do some more overworld stuff?
Well, it looks like he is going to leave. I might go up there, but BigDunka is not, which is fine. You have nothing other than Dark World access and a sword. I don't mind continuing to try to search for things in the Light World before making the Dark World play, because this is stuff like Back Escape, South Shore. You're probably going to do that at some point anyway, so maybe you'll end up getting like Fire Rod or Hammer that will make some of the Dark World routing a little bit better.
Yeah, there's that possibility. There's also the if you're in Dunka's spot, you're like, how do I chain as much of these checks together? Can I get lucky and find a mirror in the Dark World? Maybe I just start there and try and chain South Shore with Hype Cave, things like that. We know it's not going to work out where the mirror's at, because we find our lamp in the back of Escape and a small key, so BigDunka is going to take this all the way to Dark Cross. And both our 5/6 crystals in the Light World. We're going to have 3 pendants in the Dark World. This could be a quick one.
Yeah, and depending on which ones they are, there could be some items that end up not being required, such as, say, Cane of Samaria, if both Mire and Turtle Rock are pendants.
Last bit of knowledge about Escape, just 20 rupees at Dark Cross. Dunka just refuses to check the Link House chest. I love it.
Did he skip it?
He absolutely skipped it.
Oh my gosh.
Real gamer hours right here.
I mean, easy to get back to. If
you
it.
Jembro does not muscle memory his way out of a Moon Pearl.
A little bit of a double clutch with the... Oh, wait. Yeah, you just like... You're going to look at it, and most of the time it's nothing, so you're going to save and quit. And in this case, oh, right. No, I definitely want this.
Underwater, we've got... oh, it's a piece of heart. Active Poker providing some knowledge in chat, just doing the math. Dunka did the math on the Link's House chest. It's probably a piece of heart, because most everything is. I forget what it actually was in Link's House. I think it was like $20 or something.
Yeah, it wasn't an important item.
Critters in the bomb pack. That's very fortunate for Dunka getting a refill there. Samaria. Just Samaria in Mini Moldorm Cave. And like you said, we don't even know if we're actually going to need that or not. It will make our lives. It will make our runners' lives a lot easier in Swamp Palace and Ice Palace, though.
Yeah, and it also prevents you from worrying about the GT big key at the end.
Absolutely.
Which there's a 4 out of 22 chance or 5 out of 22 chance it's locked behind the Samaria.
All right, BigDunka making the front of escape play here. It's going to work out. Going to get that mirror. We'll also get this bow and book. I think Ninjembro is going to head to the Dark World now, and with that mirror, just kind of loop in as many checks as he can in multiple locations. So pick up a little bit of time on Dunko making those South Shore checks.
Yeah, when you get Dark World access in Kakariko so early, it opens up so much that it's almost like it's almost too much here. But depending on what Ninjembro wants to do with that mirror in hand, he can go south from Vu. We got Meyer and Thieves Town, and I missed where the green pendant was.
Green pendant's at Ice Palace, so we are going to need that Samaria for Sugar Rock. We will need to find some flippers along the way for Swamp.
Yeah, so that actually doesn't allow us to skip any items, though. It's particular.
Yeah, the only thing we'll be able to skip is a flute, essentially.
And that's just, assuming there's nothing in the Meyer area, which
right.
Could we?
Ninjembro going to start out in Skull Woods, doing mid to front. Dunka gets that mirror. Just be able to save and quit out of here.
Yeah, that's doing this before going to the Dark World is a big benefit to Dunka. This mirror checks can be a bit orphaned if you end up getting it late and have done everything else. So it'll be a lot cleaner routing that he'll be able to do.
Definitely. Dunka's going to take this bow and head over to Eastern Palace. This is an interesting choice. With what the runners have right now, the east side of the Dark World is kind of locked off logically. You'd have to do a fake flip or a kern jump to get over here to try and tie in Pod along with Eastern Palace. And also considering if you have to do that, you won't have the hammer. You won't be able to beat Pod at that point. I kind of like this decision out of Dunka.
Yeah, I mean, there's the other thing you could do is hope that the hammer shows up, and then when you have that, you can go and you can do Pod and Eastern at the same time with that mirror in hand and everything. You need to beat both of them. But if there's something here in Eastern, you're gonna have to do that. So it's a crystal. Dunka's getting it done.
Yeah, and there's one other thing I would think about as part of this is Ninjembro's clearing out Village Outcast here. We'll see if anything comes up. Desert is potentially doable. We don't know where the key layout is, whether you need boots there. Era is doable. Those are our 5-6 crystals. There's a lot of incentive to try and put off getting to the kind of pyramid area and Pod as long as you can in this seed.
Yeah, but again, there's just so many options that the seed gave us so quickly. So I'm not surprised to see them do completely different things.
Me neither.
There's an ice rod for Ninjembro. Need that eventually.
Yeah, it won't be an ice rod hunt for at least for Ninjembro. I can't imagine Dunka's gonna miss that for too long either. Always nice to have that one right along the path. Two items in the front for Ninjembro, and gonna skip out and try and find a hammer before finishing. That's a pendant, so it doesn't really need to worry about finishing that dungeon. Hopefully, not going to get anything else out of there but the front four.
Yeah, and it's very early, and yeah, you don't even have the hammer. So I agree with leaving the back of thieves for now.
Yeah, I'm pretty allergic to pendant dungeons myself. I might be putting off that ice rod if I was in this race for a little bit longer than either of these two runners will. But we'll see if we need to come back to Thieves Town later. And Ninjembro done with Village of Outcasts, getting that ice rod. So far, it's looked pretty empty in Eastern Palace for Dunka. It's 23, 24 digs for Piece of Heart. Always love it.
She's not even gonna bother grabbing it.
No.
Right, it looks like we're gonna get the smiths and purple chests, leaving, doing as much as possible here with this loop.
Yeah, and if you find hammer later and you still have reason to be hunting for items, you get to put together the bottom of Thieves Town along with hammer pegs, so you're not really orphaning anything near too hard.
Alright, it looks like the final item in Eastern is going to be on Armos Knights, so we'll need to wait for Dunka to finish it before we find out what it is.
And Ninjembro can't turn that hard away as the Smiths give him a bit of love. Dunka with the quick kill. We'll get 19 here. Oh, let one out. Uh-oh.
Alright, well, nothing there, but that is the first crystal of the seed here in the 18th minute. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And Ninjembro at K45 picks up the cape. I don't think he scouted Bumper Ledge on the way through Skull Woods, so it'll be interesting to see if that's an item up there on Bumper Ledge. Looks like Dunka's going to head to the Dark World now. All right, no, is this going to be up the mountain for Hera?
Yep, going after the crystals. I mean, it's
two very different approaches to this
yeah,
seed.
very yeah. I mean, that's interesting to me. I don't think anyone is better or worse in general.
just two very different philosophies here. Dunka doing crystals that are available, as Bombo's tablet doesn't have anything for us today. Ninjembro trying to get as much of the overworld done before hopping into these dungeons, hoping to find something to speed those dungeons up. Better sword, armor, boots, things like that. And also trying to get equipment to kind of chain dungeons together. And here's what I was talking about earlier on Ninjembro's side, getting to chain these South Shore checks in with things along the Dark World. Did Bombo's tablet, did Purple Chest, now doing Dam. We get to do Mini Moldworm Cave and into Hype Cave. Real dense area of checks for him.
Yeah, and given that he, hasn't really found anything during this entire Dark World trip, could take it over to Ice Road Cave, which Dunka did not do, but also since he came here to Mini Molder Cave before Hype Cave, could just go back to that and see where he goes from there.
Yeah. Let's see what I missed what Dunka saw on Ether Tablet. Dunka can hop into Tower Hera, find the big key in the first check.
Yeah, but no hookshot in this Hera trip, so we'll be doing it the attended traditional approach.
Yep. And our first item out of Tower Hera, I don't believe it, it's a piece of heart. First look at Hype Cave from either runner here from Ninjembro. And nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, a little stingy here in this in the Dark World so far. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're gonna. Yeah.
Nice fake flipper from Ninjembro. Got to dodge a bunch of enemies here. Oh.
It's all right, though. I mean, he's right there on that screen. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, this is the problem right here. There's a bomber. Gets past it, gets up there. We'll get over to Palace of Darkness area. Very well done. Dunka in this worse than vanilla Moldorm fight. No boots to go along with this fighter sword.
All right, well, the one almost got him a couple times, but he hung on, survived, and got the kill.
Yeah, very well done by Dunka.
Yeah, one thing to point out what Ninjembro is doing here, he did, do the fake flipper over to this area, but with cape and sword and lamp, this is in logic if we kill Aga, so this is just skipping the Aga kill.
Yeah, and well, Aghanim most likely not required. There are chances here if there's a hammer on this side of the world, or even worse in Pyramid Fair, that the logic would dictate that you need to get over here through Aghanim's tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can still avoid it if a hammer or something shows up, but in this case, hammer can be here, so.
I like this from Ninjembro. This is a pretty slow check in Catfish, but if you're going out of logic, you kind of want to make sure you get everything you can over here.
There it is. There it is.
Oh!
Hammer on Catfish. That is a spot.
The old hammerhead Catfish strikes again.
Yeah, so now, having done this, now Ninjembro can go down to Pod and do that and Eastern all in one fell swoop.
And Dunka's not going to miss that. This is an area that runners of this caravel know how to get over to without the hammer. It just may take Dunka a while to get over here. If he's clearing out dungeons, he might try to do a some sort of fake flipper or revival to get the big bomb over.
Yeah, because he will have Pyramid Fairy available after doing this Desert Palace. It would be easy to see him going and starting at Village of Outcasts as Ninjembro did, and going south and doing all of that. At the same time, the stuff that he's done here in Eastern and Desert and Hera is stuff that Ninjembro is going to have to do as well. So,
yeah, I think worst case scenario for Dunka here is if Ninjembro finds boots here in Palace of Darkness. Lots of money for Dunka on Desert Ledge. That'll get him closer to Zora cash. I don't think Zora's in the mind of either runner right now, though.
no, that's something he might be able to do when he gets over to Catfish, and he can mirror and do that if he's got the money. Ninjembro did not, so we might not see Zora from him for a while.
Into Pod for Ninjembro. Dunka finishing up the back of Desert. And this is going to be very close to vanilla for this fight as well. Dunka does not have that ice rod from Thieves Town yet, so only the bow to speed this fight up.
There we go, getting a few arrows in there.
Yeah, doing a decent job. This is a fight if you're not an NMG runner, and I don't know if Dunka really is an NMG runner or not. That even NMG runners have had trouble with this fight sometimes. Is Piece of Heart falls down, Dunka gets it done, picks up crystal number 3. Pretty good fight overall.
Yeah, that last one where they lined up straight and went vertically and let him just rain arrows on them. That was great. Nothing. I don't think that Dunka got anything out of any of these crystal dungeons that he's done.
No.
Anything of note here, other than heart pieces.
Fresh check here though. Gina's Cave for Dunka. And the community's premier Bo Landmo appreciator in chat showing her appreciation.
It doesn't get to come up much in Rando, so a treat when you get to see it.
Absolutely. So Dunka's going to head into the dark world now. And with not much less on the table in terms of things available to him, you might see him go all the way through Thieves Town.
Yeah, I mean, very, very, very possible. There might be something back there. You know, we haven't seen a lot of other places at this point, and you know, other than a hammer, and going through pod here, just missing some things.
Yeah. What do we have left on the table? We haven't seen from either runner here. We've got whatever's left in pod, hammer pegs, and then there's a ton of stuff to do on the mountain now. We have a hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, now with the hammer, yeah.
That's where ninjembro's going to pick up a bunch of time with this route. Having gotten that hammer before heading up the mountain, we'll be able to do Herald along with just about everything on the mountain other than Hookshot Cave. We're going to get a pedestal check from Dunka here, maybe.
Yeah, he's going for that.
This kind of fits in with checking Lumberjack Ledge earlier, kind of not wanting to lose to an item in a very bad location. But wouldn't you know it, it's a piece of heart. Through the turtles room and into the boss fight shortly.
Yep, getting the rest of Skullwood. Let's see if BigDunka goes and does check Graveyard Ledge with that mirror. It's kind of off by itself up there, but again, he's done a lot of other stuff that when ninjembro did this, he hadn't done.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Dunka maybe wanting to get over to the east part of the Dark World as another hedge. It's kind of hard to pass up Village Outcasts and some number of checks in Thieves Town. There's nothing to say you just don't double back and go north instead of south. It's really that would be like you're putting off doing Hype Cave at that point. And Dunka is gonna be a little bit more thorough here. Check out Bumper Cave. I don't think ninjembro scouted this, and those are the flippers.
Okay, so now Dunka knows that when he gets that cape, he knows that his flippers are going to be right there.
Right, and that means that Aghanim is not logically required.
That is correct, yeah.
That might push Dunka to really want to do this current jump, because he knows that this stuff is potentially in logic already, depending on where this cape is, and we know that it's very close by.
The question in chat was cape in an accessible spot without the hammer. Yes, it was in K45.
And chat also is saying that Dunka does not have current jump in his arsenal, which is very unfortunate in this seed.
But considering that he's going to be able to get the flippers, it's going to be okay, because he's going to get that cave, he's going to be able to get the flippers, and then just swim over.
Yeah, this, depending on how things turn out, depending on where this fire rod is, and ninjembro may not be back up to check Bumper Ledge for a while.
Yeah, could see him just go to the mountain after he finishes up here in Eastern.
Let's see how much of Thieves Town BigDunka does here. We'll get that ice rod along the way. Interestingly, I think that will push Dunka to want to complete this dungeon more. You want to try and find your cape here before you start moving on further along and get those flippers as quickly as you can. So this might just push Dunka into the back. Got the mirror out though. Is gonna head out. Only gets the same 2 items that ninjembro did here in Thieves Town.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about this is with the key, the small key not being in the front there, there's a pretty big potential that most of the back of Thieves Town is hammer locked. So without the hammer, it might be thinking, I want to do this until I've got that hammer in hand.
Right. Ninjembro through Eastern Palace on the way to the boss. And crystal number 2. See where ninjembro takes this. I'm with you on this. I think he's going up the mountain.
Yeah, there's just going back for to the dark world in Vu. We'll see.
There's not a lot for him over there, and
No,
really with where this hammer is located, ninjembro could just have it in his mind that Agam's required. I just got to skip that. We'll just get into the flow of the game at this point. No worries, and that bumper ledge is a big worry for him.
yeah, could be hoping to get the boots here and be able to pair that graveyard ledge and bumper ledge checks with the boots checks, and maybe even back of thieves if he's returning to the dark world that way.
Yeah. BigDunka get a run into Jembro's footsteps a little bit. We'll get that cape, and with his purple chest is kind of stuck turning it in before coming back around, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the best move is just to finish this out, turn in that purple chest, and then save and quit and just go back.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother going to Hype Cave at this point. You got flippers, you can get over there pretty quickly. You'll get catfish along the way, and things will look good for BigDunka at this point. Although it might be hard to pass up 5 checks in Hype Cave.
I think I'd still do Hype Cave and then save and quit out of that, yeah. It's still not easy to get to Hype Cave with the mitts only. Kind of either swim there or walk all the way back. I think it's close enough that I just do it.
I was even going to do it before turning in the... this is smart. If you're going to do Hype Cave, you do it before turning in the chest, because you also want to read Bombo's tablet while you're down here. So BigDunka will get big disappointment here in Hype Cave. And ninjembro will make his way through Tarahera.
Yeah, he's gonna have a similar situation to Dunka in that he'll, need to go. He won't be able to Harapot. He will have an easier. He will have an easier Molder fight with that hammer in hand.
Yeah, it'll be a simpler fight for ninjembro. The big time save, though, is getting to chain this along with checking the east side of Death Mountain.
Yeah, particularly if this is how you get your hook shot, and the only way to get over there is to go back up and mirror and everything. That's that takes a while to do that little climb. Dunka done with all of that. I would not be surprised to see him come back, grab those flippers, and go from there.
Yeah, certainly grab the flippers, do Graveyard Ledge, and then... he already did Graveyard Ledge. He'll grab the flippers and then head over to Catfish. And then get that hammer. And then we're off to the races. So the big difference here, ninjembro kind of sneaking the hammer out of the logic of play. But I think these flippers are a little more important right now.
Yeah, and whether ninjembro comes back to them or not might depend on what he finds up here on the mountain. Because if it gives him some other things to do, he could steer clear of that for a little bit longer. On the other hand, he can't do swamp without him. He could do ice without him, but probably might not want to.
Can't get in there yet either. So we know that Bombos is locked by the boots, and wherever Fire Rod's at. Nice dodging with pterodactyls there by Dunka. Just cash and Spiral Kit.
Perfect.
And
go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dunka just saves and quits when he gets the hammer. Grab this and then just immediately go turn the big bomb in before you go to pod.
Yeah, if he does do Zora, he will need to get some more money before actually being able to go into pod. So
there's the hook shot.
Yes.
So the only way over to that hook shot, you gotta come up the mountain the slow way. So hammer for Dunka. We'll do flippers checks. Zora. Might even see him come back and do... it's a big ass to see him come back and do under the bridge. Maybe if you had boots.
Yeah, I mean, without if you're gonna walk over to pod, if you take the portal out just south of Link's house, it's pretty easy to get the man under the bridge with the mirror and the flippers.
Yeah. So you just don't have to worry about it on this trip. There's just enough cash for Zora plus pod.
Just gotta go down and grab that 20.
Ether for Turtle Rock, we got that one. See if ninjembro likes a first chest check here or not. Gonna do Super Bunny Cave first. And there's silvers on Zora. Dunka not gonna bother grabbing that 20 rupees. It's gonna take this hammer and go to the mountain.
Alright, so yeah, doesn't have the pod money, doesn't. And apparently it just isn't interested in going there right now, so wasn't worried about that, getting that 20. Figures, I'll get the money up here on the mountain with all the different checks. And he will be right.
Tempered Sword for ninjembro and Hookshot Cave. And 2 more checks coming up in Super Bunny. But of note, no Fire Rod, no boots. Ice Pal is still not on the table. We do have a full swamp on the table for BigDunka, though. There's the Fire Rod.
All right, so now ninjembro can just go ahead and turn right back around and walk into Turtle Rock and complete that.
That's no mode for us too. That's the last thing we needed. BigDunka will be in go mode after the mountain. Ninjembro can hop into Turtle Rock. We got both rods. We've got full equipment to do this dungeon. So ninjembro is going to be on a flippers hunt.
Yeah, I can see after this Turtle Rock completion, going to do Skull Woods with that Fire Rod, and then maybe after that going back and walking over to Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, that's likely what's going to happen here. So ninjembro hopefully won't be too late getting over to those flippers. We'll have a race thing. Nice thing, if you're on a flippers hunt, ninjembro is not going to have ice in his mind. Even though it is 3 items there, it knows that progression isn't going to be there. The only thing that's out there that could be troublesome is those boots, depending on a little 5% chance in Ganon's Tower.
So Dunka's got the Fire Rod. Just needs to grab the sword and the hook shot to get into go mode. And does have those silvers as well, which depending how quickly if ninjembro goes to do flipper checks before Bumper Ledge, he can get them. But if he goes to Bumper Ledge and gets the flippers there, probably is not going to go to Zora.
Well, there's no reason for ninjembro to do any flipper checks, right? You use flippers from go.
That's true. That's true.
So he's never getting those silvers. So Dunka's gonna have a little bit faster time on Helmasaur, just by virtue of having both a better sword and silvers as an option. Skullwood's fight is not gonna matter. We'll have a slightly faster fight on Argus, but the big gain will be in Ganon and Ganon's Tower. And ninjembro's going to lose a little bit of time here in Turtle Rock, having to check everything looking for these flippers.
Yeah, I can definitely see Dunka grabbing the big key and not checking the lava chest there, or grabbing the small key and not checking the lava chest there, not going around to do like Mimic Cave and the Turtle Rock Big Chest.
All right, Dunka about to grab the sword. That is go mode for BigDunka.
Yep, that allows him to go ahead and take care of Turtle Rock last.
Just time to do some dungeons for Dunka. Ninjembro's gonna have to full clear Turtle Rock here. And make another trip up the mountain. So I think Ninjembro had a more efficient start to this seed, but BigDunka's got the advantage depending on how long Ninjembro is to get to those flippers. Ninjembro having to be very conservative with the magic, keeping enough to be able to use a Samaria block here in the next room.
Yeah, he's got the bottle, but I'm pretty confident there's nothing in it.
I think there might be a bee in there, if anything.
It might be a bee.
I know Dunka got a bee out of the Waterfall Ferry, so Ninjembro's not been there, so I don't think Ninjembro has anything in that bottle right now.
Yeah, I don't recall where the big key was in Palace Darkness. If it's in the back, it doesn't save Dunka a lot of time doing this in go mode.
There's boots. That could be a difference. Tracker is Skyward Fire letting us know that Pot Big Key is in the Dark Maze, so not going to save any time at all. We'll pick up a little time on the boss, though, having these silver arrows. Nicely done on that first head by Ninjembro, pausing at just the right time to not be stuck on a hammer or an ice rod when killing the firehead. Really well done, Hammer Trinex.
Yep, and there's Trinex down.
Very, very clean fight from Ninjembro. Picks up crystal number 4. And hopefully on to Skull Woods with that fire rod.
Yeah, Ninjembro has 2 options here in terms of Crystal Dungeon, Skull Woods, and Desert Palace. So, see what he does.
Starting at Link's house, this looks like it's going to be a Desert Palace play. Which means those flippers are going to be put off a little bit longer.
yeah, we'll spend a little bit of extra time here getting the items out of desert and probably a Gina as well. Has the boots, so this is a little bit faster than when Duncan did it, but yeah, the extra checks is just a little bit extra time.
Yeah, it has the boots, also has rods for the landmall fight, so that should go a little bit faster as well. Runners approaching bosses here. Nice zero cycle from Ninjembro with Fire Rod. Gets the second item out of desert, so won't have to open anything else in the dungeon. Probably still go over to a Gina.
Yeah, a nice time save, not having to go over to the right side of their desert. Nice job of skipping it there by Ninjembro.
Yeah, he was also smart and skipped the big chest. So literally did the actual minimum in desert.
Yeah, I mean, understanding that the big chest was just going to have the small key, and if he wasn't going to go over to the right until he beats the boss anyway, then yeah, we're not going to do that. He'll just if we have to, then we'll come back in and get that key and all that.
Big point of decision, big moment here for Ninjembro. Are you going to Skull Woods or are you going to go Big Bomb? And Ninjembro looks like he's going to go to Skull Woods, thinking that this is an Aghanim seed.
I'm going to get the boots checks at least first, I think. Here.
Boots checks along the way, sure. I think if you're planning on doing boots checks, you should just do Skull Woods first and come back and do them. Honestly, you have to do Skull Woods anyways. You're right in the area. It's not like having the flippers is going to make Skull Woods any faster at this point. You've already cleared the front.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. At the same time, I do understand the position that doing these is faster than several mirror transitions through the Dark World. So, but yeah, I think I'd just go to Mothula, see if it's there, and then figure out from there.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you don't even need several mirror transitions. You only need one to do Graveyard Ledge, and then you just hop down and do your boots checks after.
True enough. Yeah. And actually, Mothula doesn't have anything. I think we got both items out of Skull Woods, so just know that this is just going to be a dungeon to beat.
Really, it's up to Ninjembro at this point to look at Bumper Ledge after this. This will be crystal number 6 for him. Dunka going through Swamp Palace, picking up his 5th. Still has a Turtle Rock, as well as finishing Skull Woods in front of him. Ninjembro getting this hammer out for the Moth of the Fight. Austin not cooperating a ton, but Ninjembro does get through. We'll pick up crystal number 6. And it does have that second item. 10 arrows is all.
All right, it did. I'm just as bad at tracking items when I'm playing, so.
All right, Ninjembro. Time for you to head to Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to go there and find those flippers.
So I'd say this puts Ninjembro in a little bit of a lead. Dunka's going to have to go through all of Turtle Rock. We'll get to skip some stuff, but might skip those boots.
Yeah,
probably won't still looking for a sword, but it's gonna have to spend some time in the archery game too after this one.
Yeah, even if Dunka, does find the boots, it won't be until he's already completed, basically
all of it. So Ninjembro has a lead. Dunka has these silver arrows.
Yeah, I think I like Ninjembro's position still.
Me too. Dunka gonna go fill up a bottle before Skull Woods. Into Swamp Ninjembro goes.
Yeah, Ninjembro not going to open up too much along the way, even considering he might be looking for a sword or silvers.
I would
the dive down chests and maybe waterfall, and that's about it.
Yeah, and Dunka did not do the diver down chest, did not do a diver down. I don't know if that's similar to current jump things that he just is too much for him to want to care about. one of the old guard of Rando. Ninjembro, a very veteran player as well, but does have all that technology in his arsenal. But at some point, you're just like, I don't need to know every trick in the game to have fun and do well. Not missing anything out. Well, actually, oh, we already got a red boomerang, so not really missing anything out in those cyber down chests. Jumbo doing a really good job getting 2 puffs at a time for these spins. Dunka through Mothula. So simultaneous crystal just about here. Ninjembro with crystal number 7. BigDunka with crystal number 6. So Ninjembro a full turtle rock ahead of BigDunka going up the mountain.
Yeah, so the differences between them now are much more stark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it looks like chat is enjoying some numerology.
Yeah. Well, you know, when we get to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, when we get to Ganon's Tower, we'll talk about these numbers. So
Ninjembro was going and buying a potion. I was wondering what he was doing, but there we go. Now he's going to head to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't like numbers? Our chat really loves numbers, especially ones between the number 1 and 22. They're playing the Ganon's Tower Big Key Guessing game, where you can put a number in chat. Let us know where you think that big key is going to be, what check on Ninjembro's side. And if you're right, you get the adulation of chat, your friends and family. We don't have valuable internet points anymore, but you get a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a really nice resume burnisher too. Let's put it on there and impress.
Absolutely.
Really impress potential employers.
The best part about it is then you have to explain to the employer what the Ganon's Tower Big Key Guessing game is, which may or may not be harder and or more embarrassing than explaining it to your friends and family.
It's a really good use of like 5 minutes of your allotted hour of an interview, I think.
I think so too. Also, all participants will receive a copy of the Link to the Past randomizer of the home game, which is just the Link to the Past randomizer. All right, pencils down, everyone. Let's see where Ninjembro takes us today in Ganon's Tower. One's the answer.
Well, that was easy enough. You got that done quick.
Villar, with some number of underscores after your name. Please enjoy this resume builder. You are today's winner.
Yeah, the hope reward would be perfect if there's also a small key in it.
Yeah,
but-
almost a true hope, but good enough.
Good enough. We ain't got that. Small key's much easier to get than a big key.
Dunka taking to death in Chain Chomp's room. It's going to cost a little bit more time here. Ninjembro into Nightclub had some fun at Ninjembro's expense. Ninjembro into the gauntlet. Stealth was cooperating for the arrow kill. That's good.
Got out of there with a decent amount of health. Master Sword, not the most ideal sword for climbing, but you know, you can get the job done here.
Yeah. And no safeties other than that bottle. No powder, no mushroom, none of that.
Yeah, no mail upgrade.
Guards in the big prize pack again. It's a little unfortunate where the fairy spawn, but does get another heart.
It is nice that they're dropping hearts along the way. that's a helpful prize pack for this climb.
He is gonna need to grab that full magic before Torches 2. And he's going to hunt for a sword. Or silvers. We know silvers aren't here, but there could be a sword in one of these 4 chests. So far, nothing going. Sticky Bomb. Recovered that really well, actually.
Okay.
And that's a bad place for mushroom if you're looking to do a fake powder to refill your health at the end. Another well-timed pause for Ninjembro to get over from hammer to hookshot before his menu locks out. No extra swords, so it is going to be the spin cycle for Ninjembro. And Dunka is looking for more artillery here. So we'll find these boots.
So Ninjembro is going to be dropping into Ganon as Dunka is tending with Trinex here.
Yeah, we're looking at a pretty big gap here. Ninjembro is going to lose some time to Dunka in the Ganon fight, but Gonna need Dunka's gonna need a little bit of luck and help from Ganon here to make this a race. And Ganon is trying to help out Dunka here. Ninjembro having to use that potion right away.
Yeah, survived with half a heart, so picking up all those hearts along the way was beneficial. But each hit here is going to be 4 hearts, so can only take 2 more of those. 1 more of those, actually. 2 would kill.
Into phase 2, 12 more spins here. Meanwhile, BigDunka gets through the try-next fight. Nicely done on his side. Picks up crystal number 7. Had to get a double spin there. Only got 1. Jembro showing a lot of patience here.
Yeah, hasn't got the nice setup here. When Ganon goes up top, where you get to kind of stand there and spin, and got it done on the phase 3.
A little bit of fire bat problems. Misses a hit there. Has those fire bats cleared out now. Should be okay to go into phase 4. Dunka also heading to Hope Room first. Gets that big key. More importantly, gets the torch glitch. And we're into the spin cycle. 24 spins for phase 4 with Master Sword. Jembro trying to get as many of these double hits as he can. 2 hits per cycle. Really hard to try and get 3 hits with the lamp.
Yeah, switch to some fire rod strats here.
Yeah, without any half magic or any bottles, you can't really try and use fire rod for the entire fight. That requires both not missing any hits and also getting a little bit of RNG luck. But deep enough in this now where he can finish things out, hopefully, with just a few more hits. As Dunka makes his way into the gauntlet. There it is. 24 hits down to Jembro. Beats Ganon. Get those GGs ready in chat. And there you have it. And Jembro picking up the series win. An official time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, 50 seconds. Thanks to racetime.gg. And BigDunka has had enough. And we are joined right now by our winner, Ninjembro. GG's.
Yo, GG's to Dunka. I'm sure he'll be in here very soon.
Yeah, I hope so. What were your thoughts of the seed?
So, BigDunka's here. GG Dunka.
Yo, GG dude.
But yeah, to answer the question, my thoughts on this seed, like, Dunk and I talked a little bit in the race time room after finishing, but I felt very, very ahead with, I think it was 3 slight exceptions. And they were all kind of, well, 1 was major and 2 were minor. The major one was the flippers. Those being my go mode and not scouting them in advance. The second was the GT big key location. Not necessarily because it was like where it was, but just like I was like, well, if Dunka was like did like some more checks than me and like got a sword, like this just completely destroyed my chance at getting a sword or silvers.
Right.
And then 3 was the silvers hint, which I've since found out the location of the silvers because Dunka had them.
Yeah.
Like those 3 things had me feeling a little bad, but other than those, like I felt really, really solid. And it turns out like it sounds like Dunka and I like both routed it pretty insanely. Like I don't think I've ever had an open mode seed in a very long time where I'm like happy to be getting my first crystal at the 32-minute mark, but this was one of those.
Yeah, you two did very different things at the start of the seed. Dunka had all 3 of the Light World crystals by the time you got your first. So
oh
you
yeah, 'cause
guys,
that was possible. Yeah.
you definitely chose very different routes, and you guys were both on the mountain at the same time in the Dark World. And Dunka, you got Fire Rod up there, and that was your go mode. You were out of there. Meanwhile, ninjembro, you stayed around and got those boots, and that definitely added a little bit of acceleration to the end of the steed for you.
Yeah, those boots actually felt good. Like I don't like, so it's a weird catch-22. I don't really like boot start modes. I don't hate them as much as I used to, but I don't love them. But I also hate like the boots just being at like, for example, like catfish when one person checks it and the other doesn't. When it's more like on the way, it doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, I guess boot starts modes fixes that problem, but eh.
Yeah, it's just a real interesting look at 2 very different paths to see that reasonably very close. I think Dunka, you took a death in Turtle Rock. If that doesn't happen, this is probably a both of you with GT at the same time kind of seed.
Oh, TR that sucks.
I mean, it was thankfully somewhat early. It was in the change hop room, but yeah, my hands kind of stopped working at that point, so I started playing things really cautiously.
Yeah, my Turtle Rock was anything but clean, but like I got it done. I was like quick swapping to the wrong items and like forgetting the quick swap, like, activated my cape when I was supposed to be on Fire Rod. Like yeah, that was an interesting one. That was one of those seeds where it's like I was constantly thinking like way in advance what I was going to do, and for the first time in a while it felt like I didn't get something along the way to really change what I was going to do. I was saying to Dunka in race time, like, I don't do catfish, and I almost didn't. And even like if you look back on my VOD, like I think you can see me say, like, obviously my mic wasn't on, but you can see me say, like, on my way to Catfish, I was like, this is bad. Like, why am I doing this? Like, you can see my mouth say that. And it just so happened to be like that was the point in the seed where I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm ahead.
Yeah. It's an interesting choice, right? Because if you're sequence breaking to try and avoid going through Aghanim to get an item over there, you're kind of, I mean, you could choose not to do Catfish, but it feels like you kind of want to do everything over there when you're trying to avoid what at that point looked like an Aghanim seed. It logically ended up not being that way where the flippers were at, but it definitely felt like the right thing to do for you in that position, and it paid out.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason that I was thinking of not doing it was like, I still have Eastern and Saha. I still have a lot of other stuff that I haven't checked at that point in time. Like, not a ton, but a decent amount. And like, I'm not above just like dipping Hammerless Pod for, you know, up to 5 and like minimum 4 checks. So it's like on my way to Catfish, I'm like, this is really bad. However, I will say, had I gone and done Pod Eastern first, I probably would have just walked to Catfish afterwards, even though it wouldn't have felt great. But then I would have gotten the hammer and would have felt okay. Glad that I did Catfish first, obviously, but
Yeah. Dunka, how are you feeling about the seed early? Having did those crystals? But unfortunately, none of them had like anything in them.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of one of those things. I thought the route was actually pretty clean. It just order of operations made sure that it wasn't as clean as it could have been, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually how I lost the Ninjembro once too. Was doing all the Light World crystal dungeons before anything else. So I kind of feel you. So I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty clear to what to do and what not to do at that point. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I don't think it would have changed anything. I didn't like the going into Turtle Rock play right there, considering it's completely time neutral to leave or come back later. Would have netted the boots earlier, and that would have been something. But beyond that, I don't mind the order, that I end up going through. It just, yeah, in the end, it was just not quite as clean. Not much you can do about it.
Yeah, I think both your choices were very, very reasonable and optimal given the information you had at the time. Ninjembro, having that early mirror is, you're obviously a little less incentivized to try and do things in the light world immediately, where you can try and chain them with dark world checks.
Yeah,
and
that was the driver behind like not immediately rushing Eastern with that bow. That, and also like coming out of Escape, I would have been at like 3 hearts with no sword, and like without a fire source, I really don't want to try to do Eastern in that scenario out of logic. So I was like, let's go do CAC first and see what we get. And turns out that what you get is just like the ability to do everything.
Yeah, just incredibly open seeds so quickly. I don't know how you feel about this, to either of you, but I don't like it. It's too many choice paralysis.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Considering what was available in the first 15 minutes, because, I mean, hell, I Dark World access at what, 8 or 9? It's like, you could do just about anything in that one. And if you skip Hyrule Castle, the everything is going to be completely different. So, I mean, that one easily could have gone off the rails at any point.
Yeah, I mean, you did do it and got that mirror, and that really was good because I can see a lot of people getting Dark World access in CAC so quickly and then just not doing Escape forever.
Yeah, and that kind of what would have happened in that case. So, yeah, I mean, again, I felt really good about the route, and just wasn't quite there. So, not much else you can do.
No, not at all. No shame in this race. GG's to both of you as well. Anything else you wanted to add in before we get out of here for the evening?
Nah, GG, dude. Good luck to you, and thanks everybody for putting on a show.
Yeah, similarly, you know, GG's. Graveyard Ledge was haunting me for a little bit because I still remember the online SGL a while back where that was the thorn in my side when you beat me there.
10 arrows. 10 arrows.
10 arrows this time around, not the red cane. But yeah, GG's. You get some time of your life back, which I'm sure is nice. And yeah, GG's. Hope to run into you and some of the others at SGL again this year. And also,
right.
Thanks to James and Maddie for doing comms and the trackers and the restreamers, and yeah, for everything y'all do.
Thanks to you two as well. It looks like our bot with our links is a little sleepy. A lot of tournament action. Needs a rest every once in a while. So BigDunka, ninjembro, you know where they're at all over the community. Check out the ladder as well. And then our tracker today, Skyward Fire, thanks to you for making sure we keep our P's and Q's minded, our I's and T's dotted and crossed, as it were. And we've got a couple more races going on right now. If you want to check out SpeedGaming 3, it's Slapshot Fred versus Jewel Ninja. The other side of this 4-pack of players. I believe that's game 1 in their set. Winner of that set will go ahead and take on ninjembro in the round of 32. And on SpeedGaming 2, we got Lin versus Hitman. And both those races just started about a half an hour ago. So if you want to hop into another fun one, you can head over there. Maddie, this has been a blast. Great race. Lots of fun, real quick. And not too many pieces of art, thankfully.
Yeah. No, it was a very nice race. Thanks to the ninjembro and BigDunka. Thanks to Skyward Fire for the tracking. And thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks everyone. Again, ninjembro winning the set, moving on to round of 32. We'll see you next time. For Norse Maddie, I'm James FNX. It's been a pleasure. We'll catch you later.